We have all heard the saying that sometimes you need to take 2 steps back to take 3 steps forward. I used to get so annoyed whenever I would hear this because I am not the kind of person to want to slow down. I want to keep going. I want to go even faster. But as odd as it sounds, sometimes the answer truly is to slow down, to speed up. We all go through these moments in life where we just feel like there's so much going on and we don't know where to start. Whether it's just a bunch of little things that are slipping through the cracks, or you feel like you just don't have that clarity or direction, or maybe you're really, really inspired and there's just so many things that you want to give your attention to, but you don't know where to even begin. Either way, no matter what category you fall into, we have all been there. Today is quite the rainy and gloomy day, so I figured it was perfect for a little reset. So today I'm going to show you some very simple and very practical things that you can do to feel rejuvenated and to regain your momentum, because a lot of the times our exhaustion comes from our lack of progress and our lack of momentum. So if you can do these little things to start building that momentum, you'll start taking action, start feeling the progress, and you will be on track to hit your goals. You just need that little kick in your booty, a little fire underneath there to get you going. And yes, I know, resetting in only 24 hours might sound a little bit crazy because we tell ourselves we need all this time, we need a whole week to reset, we need to stop the entire world, the stars to align, and just the perfect circumstances for us to actually take that time to reset. At least that's what I used to tell myself. But you don't. You truly only need 24 hours, and I'm going to show you exactly how we can do that. Now, I am someone that is dictated by my environment like a ton, but honestly, your environment matters. There was actually a study done by Princeton, and they found that clutter can increase stress by up to 40%, which is just gonna leave you feeling anxious and like you can't focus on anything. I can personally vouch for this because whenever my space is a disaster, I'm so grumpy, I can't think clearly, and I'm not inspired because literally all that I can focus on is the chaos around me. So that is where I like to start because it really does set the tone for the rest of your reset, and it actually helps you maximize every single step because your environment will be in place, it'll be tidy, not chaotic at all, so that you can give each step your full attention and your full energy. Now, this does not need to be a 3-hour deep clean, okay? I mean, unless that's what you want to do. But personally, I don't like to go any longer than 45 minutes to an hour. And I actually really recommend not going overboard with cleaning because we have some other reset steps, okay? It's not gonna be cleaning all day. I usually will just do like my daily tidy, I'll do some laundry, and then I'll actually just tend to spaces that I tend to avoid. We all know those spaces where the clothes pile up, the random things get scattered on this countertop. Like, we all know the areas in our own homes, and that's usually where I like to put my attention. Like this week, for instance, I've been running around like a mad woman, and there's just some things in areas that are driving me up the wall. Like there's clothes on the floor, there is camera gear all over the place, and we're not about it. We're resetting today, and I don't want any more of this chaos. This is such a simple way to just clear the space in your energy and just give you the clarity that you need to move forward. Plus, it's just a sense of instant accomplishment because you can see the result immediately whenever you clean something, and you can take that sense of accomplishment to give you momentum to do the rest of your reset. And it just makes you feel like you're actually just taking control back. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go set my timer for about 45 minutes, which I have literally been setting my timer for everything lately. highly recommend doing that. But we're gonna set that and we're gonna get to cleaning and get this space back in order. My space feels so much lighter already. I don't know about you, but whenever I clean or just reset my environment, I feel like I can take a deep breath again. And I just feel so much more motivated to get more things done. Resetting your life isn't just about what's going on around you, but also what's going on inside of you. So before we jump into any goal setting or planning, I really just want to take a few minutes to get outside and just move my body and get some fresh air. If I'm inside too long, I get major cabin fever. So something as simple as just a 10 to 15 minute walk can do absolute wonders to shift my energy and just get me some more mental clarity. It's honestly one of my favorite ways to break up the day because it just feels so rewarding to go outside once I get something done because I feel productive, and then I'm also able to just go kind of refresh a little bit with getting outside. And if you're taking a day to reset as well because you feel like life's just gotten a little chaotic or even just a little overwhelming, just give yourself permission to just move your body. It doesn't need to be anything intense. It doesn't have to be a full-on workout. Just going for a simple walk or just a little stretch in your living room, whatever feels good to you, that is just what I would suggest doing, because moving your body changes your state. Movement will pull you out of your head and back into your body so that you can actually get that mental clarity, because a lot of the times we can get stuck up here and forget to be present, to be where we are, and movement really helps break up that noise. It looks like there's a break in the rain, thankfully, so I'm going to take this as an opportunity to go get outside and go for a walk because I feel a little bit of cabin fever coming on. And we will come back inside, and whenever we do, we will talk about our internal reset. So this is going to be exactly how you can build a plan to give you real momentum and real direction, because whenever you have a good system that works for you, you don't always feel like you need to hit the reset button. You'll need days like this less and less, and that is the goal here, to make us feel like we are moving towards our goals and we have our clarity and direction, because whenever you're able to just show up for those systems, you know what you need to do to get to where you need to go. And all of that clarity makes the world of a difference. So let's get some fresh air. I highly suggest doing this. Move your body. I swear it makes the biggest difference for me. It gets the energy moving and just clears out any stagnant energy that we feel. So let's go for our walk, and hopefully we don't get rained on. And every hot girl walk calls for a really good podcast. So if you've seen my videos before, you'll know how much I love Michaela J. She is the Mindset, Magic, and Manifestation podcast. And I'm just gonna put this one on while we go for our walk. This one's only 15 minutes long, so it's perfect. A really good podcast is just gonna get you into the zone of becoming that best version of yourself, give you ideas for what it is that you really want to accomplish, and and it's just gonna put you into a higher frequency. So whenever you come back inside to start goal planning, you have more of a direction, you have that motivation, and you probably gain some clarity because you actually got into that headspace of that higher version of yourself. So let's go for our walk because the clouds are getting darker and I'm worried it's gonna start raining before we can even finish our walk. So fingers crossed we can make it. We may have waited just a little too long. It started as a drizzle, but now it's getting a little bit heavier. That walk was exactly what I needed. It was so nice to just get outside, get some fresh air, see all the oak trees and the flowers. That's one thing I love whenever it rains is like the leaves and the grass and just everything is just so green. It's so vibrant and beautiful. I did end up getting rained on, as you saw, but it's okay. I didn't get super wet. It was drizzling about almost 10 minutes into my walk, so I got the majority of my walk in, but it did start to get a little bit heavier, but that's totally okay. It just sets all the cozy vibes for our planning session. I did go ahead and get myself a little, is it kefir? Kefir? I don't know how to say it. I need to learn, but it's the one by GT's and I love it. It's so good. It's orange, peach, mango, and I would say too, whenever you get to this point of doing your planning, your goal setting, to try to just romanticize it, make it cozy, get yourself a drink that you really enjoy sipping on, whether it's an iced coffee, a kombucha, a juice, an Olipop, like whatever it is you like, get yourself a glass of that and just set the vibes. Set the vibes because that's only going to put you in a better mental state and it's going to get even better results because you're just going to feel even more inspired and overall it's just way better. And then of course coming home to a clean space was just like the icing on the cake. So we're in a good spot right now and I love days like this where I can reset like this. So if you are feeling chaotic, you're feeling overwhelmed and just like you have a lot in your head, I highly suggest doing this because it honestly just feels so rejuvenating. And I will say also that you don't have to do these steps in order. They just each have their own way of shaking up chaotic or stagnant energy so that you can fully pour into creating that vision for yourself and setting those goals and creating that plan to get there. And that's why I do them in this particular order because like my environment I'm incredibly dictated by. So I get that in order and that takes away a distraction. Going outside and getting some fresh air, moving my body gets me inspired and gets me feeling really good and puts me in a really good state to start creating a plan for myself and to really think about what it is that I want and what I do want to work for. It helps you to create a system that will get you there. And while it's incredibly important to get clarity without direction will fade very fast. And that's why I really do believe that this step is the most important because this is where you're going to give your day purpose and you're going to create a system that's actually going to create momentum that lasts. So lately the way that I have been doing this is the 12-week year. So I do have the book right here with me and you totally don't have to read the book. There's actually a YouTube video that has all the cliff notes on it. It's a really good read and I do suggest reading it, but you definitely don't have to read it before doing the 12-week year. But this is personally one of my favorite ways to set goals. And if you've seen any of my previous videos, you will know how much I love the 12-week year. I've done it before and I saw a lot of amazing results from it. The 12-week year is a planning method that really helps you dial in on your goals like you would the last month of the year. It really lights that fire under you. What I love about it so much is it's Basically, you are setting goals that you would normally set for yourself within a 12-month span, but you're setting them for 12 weeks. So it really breaks down bigger goals into shorter sprints. It makes it more doable. You are way more focused, and honestly, it's a lot more motivating because you can see the finish line. If you set a goal for 12 months of the year, like 12 months out, it gives you so much time to procrastinate, so much time to just give yourself excuses and put the thoughts between your initial intuition and your action, which is going to keep you from taking action because you usually will probably overthink it and talk yourself out of it and therefore won't do anything. In the 12-week year, there's literally no time to do that. Every single day is equivalent to 1 week. So every single day counts. You don't have the time to sit there and overthink it. You can definitely still set your goals to be farther out if you want to. This is just the system that I find works for me and that I've seen a lot of people have success with. You could do something like 75 hard if you wanted to, or 75 soft. There's so many different, I guess, quote unquote challenges out there. But I just really like them because they do give you a lot of direction and sense of urgency. And whenever you have those two, you are unstoppable. So that is what we are going to talk about today, is planning the 12-week year, because I am starting a new one and I'm so excited. I'm going to show you exactly how you can create your vision and give yourself the action steps to get there, so that it's a system that all you have to do is show up for it every single day. You know, if you check off these things, you are making progress, and then by the end of the 12 weeks, once you get to that particular date, you know that even if you hit your goal 80% of the way, you know that you're better off from where you were when you started. So that's what I would say too with a 12-week year, is it's okay to aim high. I actually would encourage you to aim high, and that way if you do fall a little short, you still push yourself harder than you would have if you set the bar lower. So I'm going to show you exactly how I plan my 12-week year. So I do it both digitally and physically. I know a lot of people have just a preference of one or the other, and that's totally fine. It's just whatever works for you. Personally, I just prefer both because I like having the digital version almost as like a hub without having a whole bunch of like papers and stuff. But I do have one way that is very tangible that I like to physically check off. So I'm going to show you the Notion template that I use, and I just have my computer right here. So let's jump into Notion. Here is the 12-week year planner template that I use. I will link it in the description box below. When I got this originally sometime last year, it was free, so hopefully it still is. If not, I don't think his templates are very expensive, but they're really great. So I'll leave that in the description box. But you can totally customize this template to however you like. I just put a sunset on mine because that does inspire me a lot, just thinking of the beach and that lifestyle. I do live on the coast if you haven't seen my videos before, so just anything coastal, anything beachy, I'm here for. So I just put that up there, but you can make it whatever you want. And then you can change these little icons to pretty much anything that you want, which is really nice. And then I have the 12-week year. So here is where you are going to pick out the areas in your life that you want to set your goals for. So I would not suggest doing any more than 3 to 4. 4 is really pushing it. It really just depends on what you're doing. So for my areas, I have YouTube, health and fitness, and manifestation. So we're gonna set our goals for each of those categories. So for me, it's definitely gonna be to hit 10K subscribers. That's my goal. I set it before and I did not hit it, which is totally okay. I still hit a good amount of subscribers from where I did whenever I started, so I'm really grateful for that. So we're gonna hit the 10K this time. So my health and fitness goal is going to be to get leaner and stronger. So I really just want to focus on building my muscle. I want to focus a lot on just building muscle and feeling less bloated and just really, really good in my body. So that is definitely, it's not really like a measurable goal, I guess, but it's definitely going to be determined on how I feel. I just want to feel a lot better and a lot more confident by the end of the 12 weeks. For my manifestation goal, I'm going to say that will step in to the highest version of myself. Love me a little palm tree. Then the next column is aspirations, so you can really get even more detailed on your vision. And then to the right is life progress. So I really like this because it puts everything into perspective. So right now we are 74% through the day, 53% through the week, which it's Thursday, so that's correct. 80% through the month, which is so crazy. It's almost May. Then it's 26% through the quarter. So we are just getting going in quarter 2, y'all, which no matter what quarter of the year it is for you, this is an amazing time for you to be doing this. I just really like this because it puts it into perspective of either creating even more sense of urgency into you or just reminding you like, hey, it's okay. You have time to realign and just get back on the horse and keep going. And then for the top also here, you can view it as like a little grid. And as you can see, oh, some of my past ones are on here. But yeah, you can change like the cover photo for each of these. So like YouTube, you could put like a cover photo up here if you wanted to. Health and fitness, you could do the same thing. So yeah, you could do that for all of them. And then if you go to the goals section here, it'll display it like a little gallery. And then once you complete some goals, they'll be displayed here. So right underneath that is our task list. And I'm obsessed with this tracker because I could not find anything that would align with what I needed before until I found this. And I got so excited because a lot of the trackers would be like, it would have to be stuff you'd have to check off every day for it to count it as completed, even though not every action step can be done every day. Let me show you what I mean. So for example, for YouTube, we're going to post one video, and that is for the 10,000 subscriber goal. That's something we have to do. And the frequency is going to be 1 time a week. So that is going to be for every week. So we'll say that this is due 1 week from now, which is going to be, oh my gosh, May 1st. May 1st, that's due. And currently I upload every Monday. So you'll see here on this very column towards the very end, it's like the second one from the last, it says progress. Right now it says 0%. But this week, if I upload on Monday and I check off that I uploaded on Monday, it's gonna be complete. Before, when I had trackers, if you could only do one thing a week like this, you'd have to check off all 5 boxes, and it just drove me nuts. It's literally just such a better way to track with this because the frequency you can adjust and it actually accounts for it being completed. So like if you do something 3 times a week, you only have to check 3 boxes and it completes it. It's just a lot more accurate, I find. So also we are going to post 3 shorts a week, or post 3 shorts. I keep wanting to put the timeline. But again, for our 10,000 subscriber goal, and that's going to be 3 times a week. And again, it's going to be due May 1st. And then, so let's say we upload one Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. You'll see it's complete. If we only do 2, we'll have completed it 67%. So you'll do this for every single week, and you'll just go through and make whatever action steps you need to do to get to those 3 goals that you set for yourself. And if you do those action steps every single week, you will see significant progress. And I will say too that your first day, your first week is not going to be perfect. You're going to miss some things, and that's okay. But you just have to make sure that you adjust and you pivot. I tweak this so much whenever I start, and that's totally okay. You get into a flow with it and it starts to become a routine, and you start to really look forward to the structure because you know that this system is working for you. It is something you can show up for, and you know that as long as you check off these things and you get that progress to at least, I would say, as high as you can, if not completing it, you know that you are doing better than you were before this. Just make sure that whenever you are picking what it is you want to put into your 12-week year, or whatever goals you're wanting to set for whatever timeline is best for you, that you are intentional with it and you're actually focusing on making the progress and not just overwhelming yourself, which again is why I love this system so much, because it gives you that overall picture, gives you a sense of urgency, and it gives you a way to break it down into actionable steps you can take every single week and every single day. And you can even look at this as a calendar if you wanted to. There's also a board here, but you will do this every single week. I usually do this on Sundays, and whenever you get through one week, you'll just go to the next week, which I believe, yeah. So if you go right underneath it where it says hidden groups, you'll see the rest of the weeks here, and you will do just the same thing, and it keeps it into like one area for you, so you can always go back and see like, oh, how did I do on week 3? Let me compare this to week 1 and just kind of see how you're doing. And I just love that. It keeps it all in one place. And then all the way at the bottom, there are reflections that you can do, which I think are really important, because if you get through a week and maybe it wasn't a great week, or maybe it was a great week, you want to see what works and what doesn't. That way you know what to focus on either doing or not doing. And obviously if something works, you really want to carry it with you throughout the rest of the 12-week year. So that's exactly how I plan it digitally. And again, I just love having it in that central hub. And then to actually have something tangible to check off, I will use this habit tracker notepad that I got off of Amazon. And I can link this below as well. I've talked about it before, but I really do love it because I can rip off the piece here and just put it into my planner. So if I'm not in Notion or I'm not on my phone, I'll still see the things that I have to do. And this puts it literally right next to my to-do list, so I cannot miss it. So I will write down what I need to do. So like if I need to read 10 pages, I can put that on here. If I need to do a 30-minute workout, I can put that on here. So it's just another way for me to hold myself accountable and physically check these things off. And if for some reason I can't get to my Notion, I at least have this and I can transfer it to my Notion. So either way, I don't have an excuse for not tracking my progress of any sorts. And that's why I do really like doing this like this, because I can see exactly what my progress was, how something was the first week, how it progressed into the 5th, 6th week, all the way into the 12th week. So I really hope that that gave you a good way for you to just create a vision for yourself. Focus on, I would say 1 to 3 things, honestly. I would not go to 4. 1 to 3 areas of your life that you can focus in on for the next 12 weeks and figure out very simple action steps that you can do to get there. And don't overwhelm yourself every single day with like 30 habits that you need to do. Just really think about what's important, what's going to move the needle the most. Don't be afraid to make tweaks if you have to, and just focus on showing up for those things every single day, every single week. Make sure you're conscious of reflecting on yourself, how you're doing, what's your progress, where can you do better, where are you doing really well so you can keep doing really well, and just learn along the way and keep going. I think that this has been the most effective way for me to plan my goals, and I've seen the most success with it. Because again, you have that sense of urgency, you have that clarity, and you have direction. And you know that once you get to the end date of this, that everything's just gonna be different. And now that you've made it to this point of the video, I hope that you can really see why I did the steps in the order that I did, because each step gives you even more clarity. It helps to just get rid of all the distractions so you can fully focus on this, because this is the end result. This is the ultimate plan here, and you have to put yourself in a really good state to make this effective and give this a purpose, because this can truly change your life. I fully believe if you dedicate yourself for 12 weeks, for 75 days and 75 hard, for 75 soft, whatever it is you want to do, I fully believe if you can focus in on yourself and do those things and just check off what you need to check off, you will change your life. You will need these reset days way less often because you will have so much momentum. You'll be hitting your goals left and right. And I fully believe in this. I've seen the results myself, and I will stand by it. I love it. I really hope this video gave you the inspiration that you needed, and also showed you that you don't need an insane amount of time to reset. When we hear reset, we think, oh, we need a whole week off, or oh, wait a month from now, or I'll do a little bit here and there. Like, no. You can just take a day, as you've seen, step back a little bit, take a breath, regroup yourself, and then just go after your goals relentlessly. That is all you need. That is all you need to change your life, and I know that you can do it. And the reason that you have felt so exhausted and so drained is because you know that you're capable of doing more, and this is your blueprint to get there. So if you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and make sure to comment if you are embarking on the 12-week year with me, because I'm definitely doing it because it's my favorite way to goal set, and just I love the clarity and direction I have every single day waking up, because I know what I need to do, I know what needs to happen, and I go make it happen. And you don't want to focus on perfection with this. You just want to focus on making progress, because if you can focus, just like he says in Atomic Habits, if you can focus on getting 1% better every single day over the course of 1 year, you will have 37 times the results than you would have had if you didn't do anything at all. And the reverse is also true. So don't focus on being perfect with this. Just do what you can, make the tweaks that you need to make, and then show up better the next week or the next day, because there's going to be some alterations you will probably need to make. I always do, and that's okay, because you'll be able to maximize it by making those changes. So don't get upset at yourself if you end up having to do that. It's totally part of the process, and it's totally okay. So if you are doing it, comment below and let's support each other. But thank you so much for watching and for being here, and I cannot wait to catch you in the next video. Bye!